Don't forget to hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe. Turn on that notification bell so you know when videos drop. Thanks for watching.
Vasectomies for peacocks? That's the most ludicrous thing I've ever heard in 43 years of raising peacocks. Right behind me is a big barn full of peacocks. We want our birds to be totally fertile. We don't want our birds sterilized. But apparently, the people in Pine Crest Village in Miami-dade County, Florida, USA, do not want the peacocks any longer to be in that community. You see, they're trying to find a way to get rid of the peacocks, and their idea of sterilizing the peacocks with a vasectomy is their new solution. In 2017, I was called upon for some information regarding these peacocks, and I came up with a plan called Save the Peacocks. And we have a video of that in the links below. This plan is simple. They capture the right amount of birds safely with my assistance, and then we rehome the birds all over the USA to people who want them. We would take almost all the birds they have here on our farm in Iowa, but apparently they didn't want to spend the money to do that. In 2023, the county people said that we're going to have a way to control the population. They have come up in the budget of that community of $7,500 a month, and could be more depending on if there's more expenses associated with this procedure, to capture these birds, send them off to a veterinarian who I am sure he is very competent and knows what he's doing. Is it possible he's done this on peacocks before? The first thing that came to my mind is anytime you do a surgery on a bird or an animal, there's always some sort of a risk. Now, we're hoping that there isn't any risk associated with this, and I did some research regarding this procedure, which is not heard of in chickens or turkeys or even peacocks, with some friends of mine at Iowa State University School of Veterinary Medicine, where I was a speaker about peacocks and how we take care of them. I guess the procedure is going to be safe accordingly to my connection. What is that going to do to the peacock? The peacocks display here in Iowa, USA, North America from approximately March through August, as long as they have feathers. Their feathers are put on because of a hormonal part of their body. Once the feathers fall off, and that's happening very soon here, one of my birds have already lost his feathers, soon he won't display. He won't even make the mating ritual dance of displaying his feathers and then approaching a female and making that characteristic sound that they make when they mate. Is this procedure going to make the peacocks no longer display their feathers and make any sounds or even want to display? Here's a quote from an article I saw on the internet, and it says, "The vet emphasized the operation shouldn't upset established peacock social order. With vasectomies, male peacocks can still mate with females and enjoy the benefits of a dominant bird in the flock, and peahens can't continue laying eggs," the vet said. But after sterilization, the peacock lacks the ability to fertilize an egg for future chicks. That's what the veterinarian said, that after the procedure is done. I have a concern about that. Has he done this before? Is he pretty sure that the peacocks will still display their feathers? I'm not so sure. I have no idea, but I'm speculating since it's a hormonal thing. It comes on when the feathers are produced and the peacocks start displaying, and as soon as the feathers go off, so it's hormonal. Once they do the vasectomy and the sterilization of this bird, is he ever going to display again? The interesting thing about this is a simple way for the community to get rid of the peacocks in about 10 years. There'll be no more peacocks in the community. Now, $7,500 is a lot of money, and hopefully it's not any more than that for this procedure. And they're going to go capture all these birds, and then they're going to bring them to the veterinarian's office, and then he's going to take this procedure, which is about 90 minutes long, and then he's going to send them back to the community. Once they're ready to go, everything will be just fine and dandy, or so they think. I have no clue how successful this is going to be, but I know back in 1992, when I was a paid consultant for the community of Rolling Hills Estates, California, where I spent a full week with their peacock problem, that subject of sterilization came up, and I said, nah, that's not a good idea. Anytime you have surgery on a bird or animal, that's always a risk factor. However, they were smart and decided not to do this. One of the county commissioners there who came up with this idea thinks that once this procedure is done, everybody who has a peacock problem is going to come out and do this procedure. We'll have to see how this turns out. They could have called me, Mr. Peacock, and I could have helped them. You see, I think it would cost far less to capture these birds at $7,500 a month and send them to people people who want them all over the USA and to Iowa here on our farm, to be in this beautiful barn and to have a beautiful life. We love the sound that you hear early in the morning here on the Peacock Farm. It's beautiful. It's music to our ears. So that's the story about vasectomies, or as I call it, sterilization of male peacocks of all ages. It should be very interesting to see if this is successful and what happens a year from now if indeed the peacocks still display after this procedure. One more thing I thought about. How are they going to know which birds they give a sterilization procedure to? Are they going to ban them? Are they going to go ahead and have a way of knowing which bird was the bird that they captured and turned into the wild? You see, there's a lot of birds, and I'm guessing they're not going to get them all. That's the latest report on the news received on our Peacock news feed. Thanks for viewing. Order the Wacky World of Peafowl books at peafowl.com.